treated gunshot wounds to her chest and face. The Baytown Police Department says 41-year-old Terrence Washington admitted to sexually abusing the teen for months before shooting her during a disturbance with 40-year-old LaTanya Harris at their home on the West Park Avenue in Thibodaux. Clyde Chasson was gutted to hear such horrific details.
I think it's atrocious that someone could even think of doing it. I have 17 grandkids, 6 kids, and I just can't even fathom what is going on in their brains.
Washington told police after shooting the victim twice in April, he and Harris took off for Texas with the victim and another child. Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Raspani says this should be a pretty straightforward prosecution.
He's confessed to it. She's basically given herself up to this thing. This is not going to be a hard prosecution.
The other child living in the home told Terrebonne Parish deputies during carnival season, she woke up to the sight of her sister's body on fire as Harris stood over the victim's bed with a bottle of rubbing alcohol and a lighter.
The trauma that affects a child, they live it for the rest of their lives. It's just almost impossible to erase that from their memory. I pray for those kids that they can heal and have peace.
Detectives say they later discovered a weapon, blood, and a strong odor of infection and decomposing flesh inside the home.
I believe in mercy, but I believe in justice also.
Harris refused to speak with detectives.
Tonight, a woman and her boyfriend are behind bars after a car crash in Baytown led to a gruesome discovery. We want to warn you, the details of this case are extremely disturbing. Now, according to the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office, which is in South Louisiana, Terrence Washington and LaTanya Harris have been arrested on child abuse allegations. Investigators say on April 21st, they were involved in a car crash on I-10 East in Baytown. Responding officers found a 15-year-old girl who was badly burned, shot in the face and chest, and sexually assaulted. Police confirmed the teen is Harris's daughter. She was treated here in Houston. She's now back in Louisiana. In the meantime, her mother is facing charges of attempted second-degree murder, cruelty to a juvenile, and domestic abuse, battery, child endangerment. Her boyfriend now in jail here in Texas as he waits to be transported back to Louisiana.
On April 21st, police in Baytown, Texas responded to a traffic accident. That's when they encountered 40-year-old LaTanya Harris and 41-year-old Terrence Washington, as well as Harris's 15-year-old daughter, who had been severely burned and shot.
Being a dad, that's a protective dad, to get that phone call, I'm not okay. Because I feel like I didn't do what I needed to do to protect my child.
After being taken into custody, Washington eventually confessed to sexually abusing the victim, shooting her, and having knowledge of an incident in which Harris set the girl on fire.
She will make it. She has a long road to recovery. And not just physical, but mentally, man. That's not good.
Investigators say all of those alleged crimes happened on West Park Avenue in Thibodaux, where they all lived.
It's horrible. It's unbelievable what people are capable of doing. And I'm just in shock at it because that poor child.
Harris and Washington are now both in custody, facing charges of attempted first-degree murder, cruelty to a juvenile, and numerous other crimes.
I'm going to do everything I can to make sure she's okay, that justice is served. She know everybody love her. She know I love her. She hears.
The Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office and other law enforcement agencies will give more details into the investigation of a Thibodaux couple accused of abusing, torturing, and shooting a 15-year-old girl. Chris Welty is live now with more details. Chris.
Liz, investigators call this a heinous crime, one that is difficult to imagine the level of violence and pure evil. Now, the Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office says LaTanya Harris and her boyfriend, Terrence Washington, are in custody. Harris is held on a $1 million bond in Terrebonne Parish. Washington remains in Harris County for charges he's facing in Texas. Terrebonne Parish Sheriff Tim Soniet says the teen was found badly burned shot multiple times and clinging to life after a car crash outside of Houston in Baytown, Texas. Washington, Harris, and a 10-year-old were taken into custody. During an interview, Washington reportedly admitted to sexually abusing the teen for numerous months. He also reportedly told police he shot the 15-year-old while arguing with Harris at their home in Thibodaux. During an interview with the Special Victims Unit, the 10-year-old said she witnessed her sister's body on fire and Harris standing over the victim with rubbing alcohol and a lighter. Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Raspani believes this should be a straightforward prosecution.
There are really evil people in this world, and that's what looks like these folks are if these allegations are true. I think these are the people who should not ever be allowed to leave jail, and that's why I think consecutive sentencing may be appropriate for them.
A search warrant was issued for the family's home in the 400 block of West Park Avenue in Thibodaux. Detectives reportedly found evidence of a shooting, blood, and the strong odor of infection and decomposing flesh. In a second interview with Washington, he reportedly backtracked and told detectives that Harris blamed the 15-year-old for the sexual abuse, set the girl on fire while he was at work, and refused to seek medical treatment. Now, the sheriff says the investigation is ongoing. Once again, this press conference starts at 1 o'clock, and you can watch live on our website, fox8live.com. Reporting live in Terrebonne Parish, Chris Welty, Fox 8.
This is a very sad story. A very sad story. I'm praying for this little girl. I hope that she will recover. And I'm also praying for these parents. I hope they get everything that they deserve. Because that little girl definitely didn't deserve that. Get well soon, princess.